Okay, there we go. And going live.
We didn't even try to get those sponsors to print on the line.
Yeah, here, I'm going to scoot around to your side.
It's like, get the treasurer out soon. Oh, wait, there's more sponsors. If we wait one more day, we'll get this guy.
Yeah. There we go.
And we also don't have our treasurer, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
won't have a treasurer's report without the treasurer.
Did anybody hear anything?
Oh,
Is he-
that's right.
This week, I think. I don't know if he's gonna call
right.
in online, but I think he's out of town this week.
He usually messages.
He did say that. He said that. I just trying to remember.
Trying to remember what he said.
Said he was going to Arizona, I think.
Okay.
He stopped at my house before he was going to your house, so that's fine.
Alright, stream is going. Sent out the text. Did everybody get a text message?
Yep.
Perfect. Alright. Means it works. I guess I didn't advertise as well this time. Last meeting we had everybody.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
There's the Powder Puff game is tonight.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is happening right now.
Dante was supposed to be in it, but he got sick.
Oh yeah, he is sick, right? Let's see, built in. Well, I mean, other than whatever we're waiting
Yeah.
for
Let's go and get
Jason.
started. Should we get through all this stuff? Are we live?
We are. Yep,
Awesome.
we're live.
So I'm going to go ahead and do a motion to call the meeting to order.
I moved to call the meeting to order.
What's your name, please?
Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Dorothy and seconded. Well, needs to be seconded by
You're seconded, I thought.
Roman.
Roman.
There we
Seconded.
go.
Okay.
Roman and I. Okay.
And a quick thing, motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
Yes.
Motioned.
Concy.
Chauncey?
Nancy. Seconded. Arlene.
Arlene.
This is where I was going to look see if Jason had emailed me about the treasurer's report.
Good evening, everybody. Just nice to see
Yes.
everybody.
Hello, everybody. Sorry. We've already been talking, so it kind of feels like you've all been here already.
It does feel that way. We're looking for the report for our out-of-town treasurer just at the moment. So I can go ahead and run through my stuff if we want to start.
Why
with
don't
that.
you? Let's go and
Yeah.
change the items and start with the director's update.
Okay, got a couple things. First thing, thanks to everybody who's a part of making the store live. But we have our show shirts are now live that you can go ahead and order, not pre-order, correct? Because we have
Yes,
an
so-
amount that we ordered based on last year's numbers. So you can go ahead and order those. I believe they'll start printing sometime next couple weeks.
Yes, so we will have them. We will pass them out. Hopefully, the Thursday or Friday before BOA.
Yeah. So in about a
And,
week or so.
If not, I will bring them with me to BOA, and we can pass them out there, like I did last year.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're on the Square Store right now, including all of previous year's shirts that we have still in stock, and the rest of the gear we had in stock has now been migrated to the Square Store finally. So pick up your other hot gear that you want and clean us out, please.
Yeah. So we got all that stuff. Previous show shirts, the water jugs, all the koozies and stuff. There have been a lot of students who've been asking, it's like, when are those coming in? And I had told them they're all in. You have to come to me and you have to pick up the order. So if there's anybody, if you ever order anything, it actually works pretty well. I can log in and I can put in fulfilled in the Charm store, and I just walk on over and I hand it to them. So ordering happens through the store, and then the fulfillment happens pretty easily through me, and I can hand them out. So very important, because there's still some people, even though I called them out by name, still didn't come up to get their things. And I'm not going to put them out in bags or like deliver them. They have to come to me. Change, and actually this is it's not even live yet. I have updates and times for all of the contests. I just received our Zia marching performance time, our tentative time. The big one is for Las Cruces itinerary time. in a nutshell, it's earlier. So what they did, and I don't know if I spoke about this to everybody, but the itinerary was pushed earlier, kind of all of the BOA regionals across the southern United States, if they were happening in Mississippi, all the way over to us, right, Texas in between. There's been so many heat advisories that they're actually shortening it, and they're not allowing bands to perform in the middle of the day. So they're trying to clean out and get everybody done by about 2 o'clock, meaning that they had to push everything earlier. So our performance time, I believe, is somewhere, it's like 1:40 or something around in that 1 o'clock hour. So we're going to have a slightly earlier report time. Kind of the days just squished a little bit earlier for those people who are traveling with us or anticipating going to the competition. Shouldn't be as hot because they're trying to push it earlier. Our performance time is also a little bit shortened, just if you notice that things are going by a little bit faster, or inevitably people are like, why didn't we perform all the things? They've shortened all the times to be able to accommodate that. So usually we have a 15-minute performance slot. It's a 12-minute performance slot, and that way everybody gets to participate. They just play a short amount of their show. So that's a big important one.
You're only doing the first 2 movements, or?
I haven't figured that out. We're gonna time it, and so I'm figuring out how much I can put on. But just so that everybody knows, that's what I got going on.
Do you know how many schools are there?
Yeah, I believe there's 16 or 17 that are currently going down. Got some great bands that are going out. Richland coming all the way over from Dallas, very, very good school. Very excited to see them. And then kind of the perennials, but some great bands. So actually some really great competition. We'll get some good comments.
Then we'll be leaving by 6, by 7?
No, we're staying that night. So we are staying over that night.
No, it's Saturday morning.
Oh, in the morning, excuse me. I have us leaving, on the itinerary, I believe I have us leaving at 8:30, giving us, I travel like about 4 hours, and so our warm-up time doesn't start until 1 o'clock. That gives us an hour to get off the bus. Still a nice, comfortable time. Not getting up super, super early like last year. So that's that one. You can look at the itineraries. I did post them all up, so you can look at all those plans. Very briefly, itineraries for the next 2 competitions. We have a nice, comfortable spot for Flagstaff, I believe 4:30 in the afternoon. We're going to check into hotel before we even go to the contest. We've got a lot of time. We'll probably leave here similarly about 8:30 or 9 o'clock, just to kind of have a nice day. I want it to be a nice out-of-town trip where we're staying overnight in a hotel. Everybody's comfortable, all the chaperones in places, and we've been able to scope our space. And there's only one performance that night, so after awards, about 7 o'clock, we'll come back, go to dinner, hang out, do our stuff. Really, really nice evening.
You probably have already told people this, but I missed it. Where are they staying? Where are
I don't have that.
Till 6.
On Village. It's the Village.
We'll get that. Yeah, we'll get that one back. Because we were talking about Lucky Lane.
No, it's Woodland.
Gotcha.
Woodland.
This is a great time to advertise our Stack app. So for these, it's parents only to get all of the updates. If you don't know what that is, we can go ahead and we can help you out at the end of the meeting. Zia, like I said just a couple hours ago, I got our performance or anticipated performance time. We're 4 from the end, 3:30. We'll have a nice, comfortable day. That's going to be a pretty relaxing day. Kids are going to get here a little bit later. They're not going to hang out all day in the sun. I don't plan for that necessarily. We'll probably be getting there maybe about 12:30, and hopefully if we can get some parents there. This is actually a good call for any parents who want to get there. If you have any space savers, aka big trucks and RVs, if anybody wants to donate those again, to use to take up that parking space. Anyway, we're going to move on. We'll talk about those at the next meeting because all that is October stuff. New info, the BOA venue. So when we go to Las Cruces, they operate cashless. So in terms of buying tickets, in terms of buying most anything when you're there, program stuff, just anticipate being cashless. I highly recommend that before you even ask me, you just go to their website. Bands of America is the best of the best in terms of logistics. And so they will have everything on their website. So anything that you need to know about buying things at the contest or paying for things about this cashless, they just asked us to tell the parents that it is. So they sent out that email to directors saying, hey, let them know, go to the website, give them plenty of time to check that out beforehand. So check out the BOA website if you plan on buying anything. patches, stickers, any other memorabilia type stuff. I believe they're trying to do everything cashless, especially ticketing.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Reed, did I hear correctly that it was clear bag policy?
It is. All venues will enforce a clear bag policy. So, you know, if you need to buy yourself a cheap little clear bag to go in, that is policy across, I believe, all of our contests, especially Bands of America. Those are all the big updates. The last one, I spoke with Nasser and Charlene. In general, I wanted to give this out to the parent body that my goal right now, and I'm still figuring out how to frame how to ask it. Everything right now in our rehearsals and how I'm speaking to the students is revolving how they are interacting with one another and how we can positively impact the people around us, how we can do our jobs and in-class responsibilities well. It's nothing of a, I don't know how else to say this, it's nothing that is like urgent, like something has happened. But it is a big press with this year's theme being community. There's still too many things that I feel that I'm combating one at a time with people maybe disagreeing about certain things or certain quarrels. And these are all kind of petty things sometimes. You know, took my water bottle or stuff like that. But I guess ultimately, I sat over the weekend and I talked to a lot of band directors, and I thought, well, the best way is just to talk to the parents and be open about what I'm trying to do in the classroom. And so anytime, if there are conversations that we can be having with the students about how to work, how to mediate problems, because I'm speaking with them every day and they're saying all the right answers when they talk about it and they'll do it all in front of me, but my concern is things when they leave. So what terms of what qualities of character, what qualities of family, how are we always helping out each other? That's kind of my big push. And leave it really at that, just for you guys to know. I thought one of my ideas was to call a parent meeting and have everybody talk about it because of underlying issues that may be going on. And it's nothing that's that drastic, but it's a big push for me. I would be remiss if I didn't make sure that I was setting up your children, my students, to be professionals in the workplace. So it's a big push for me right now. We're talking about it. We talked about it this morning. I've talked about it with many different parents and different engagements about how the students are interacting with one another. And a lot of them have come out positively, right? There are good relationships and positive things were coming out. We started posting up some of these wonderful section posters. And as small as it seems, you know, the kids are being kids. I want to make sure that we are building and structuring students who understand how to work well with each other, understand differences between each other. Yeah, that's it. I wish I could say it in less words, but that's what's been on my mind, and I wanted to bring that out to everybody here. So, you know, and there's been people that I've talked with individually, and so that those people know that this is on my mind, and these are things that I'm thinking about, and we need them to be strong adults and stuff like that. And we're honestly at the point where we're becoming efficient enough in rehearsal. If they're not super great about being efficient workers, it starts to drag us down. It's a crazy place. Like our system is so efficient that emotions are slowing things down sometimes, or not being able to openly speak to other peers and stuff like that. Anyway, that's just what I'm working on right now, and wanted to let everybody know and be very open about
And
it.
if anybody has any ideas, I think, you know.
Yeah, anything. I want to be open with the parents about how to communicate with the students, or things maybe that you guys have shared. This is more or less of band director to booster body to this is also just a good teacher to parent, where, you know, same email, it's like, hey, we're doing this in class. Same way that I would talk about if we're watching a certain movie in an English class that had a certain topic about, like, hey, would you talk to your students about this topic? I want to make this something that's holistic. I had a very good friend of mine who said, well, how many ways are you talking about this? Are you the only person talking about it? Or is there a school code of conduct? Are your parents aware that you're talking to your students about it? That way it's truly a community effort to build stronger and better individuals who can self-mediate. Anyway, don't want to make too much of it, but that's what we're working on right now, talking to our leadership, reorganizing and just making them the best that they can be. And again, I want to be more open about it. I've been working on it the past 3 years. I want to make it our big push this year. So that's all of my things.
Okay.
Treasurer stuff.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna do a quick version of the Jason Treasurer report, because it should be easy. There isn't any changes that we are proposing for the budget. So, just to let you all know what's happening with your money, our money. We took a little bit of a dip because we paid a lot of bills. So our bank account actually got down to $21,597, which was, Jason was sweating at that, but I'm like, weren't you here when we only had like $5,000 in the bank the first year we started? So this is like phenomenal. But we actually got, yeah, we got the check from Fan Pledge, which is amazing this year, and that took us back up to total in deposits, including Fan Pledge, was $43,332. So, yeah, we got quite a bit back up. But including the amount we spent on top of that, our ending balance is $46,572, and we have a little bit outstanding, about $3,300 outstanding, and about $1,400 outstanding. $3,300 outstanding should be coming in, and about $1,400 outstanding to go out. So that changes roughly 27,000-ish and change. Hopefully you don't mind I'm being a little bit imprecise here. And when all those zero out, we should have logically $49,672.
In the bank.
Yeah, like between what's in the bank, what we know is coming, etc. So.
Okay.
We don't have to prove anything if there's nothing to change, I don't think, but let's do it anyway, just in case.
Yeah.
It's on the
Approve understanding of the.
motion to approve the budget report.
Motion to approve the budget report.
One second.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's get into some of the items we'd like to discuss with you. And so not everybody, I think, is quite here to do all of these, so we'll just skip through them real quick. We need to solve the problem about booking hotel rooms for the bus driver. I'll do that with people who have the debit cards. We're going to develop over the next couple of days a packing list for specifically the students and the chaperones who will be staying with the students
For next weekend.
for the BOA trip. We have a place to stay. It is a little bit more rugged, but it should be fun.
It'll be fine.
The one thing we are missing is we do need 2 male chaperones still. And so I will probably also be emailing out asking for that. If not, I'll be sleeping on a cot. I am try to do what I can, but my back does not like not sleeping in a comfortable bed with my surgery. So, but if it push comes to shove, I'll do it. So if anybody out there online or here wants to volunteer, the Sign Up Genius should be in your emails. If not, you can ask me for it. I didn't create all these agenda items. Some of the board did.
want me to-
So Fan Pledge. Sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
So you're gonna make your packing list, and from what I understood last meeting from Amanda, they're gonna have to take like a sleeping bag, the toiletries.
Sleeping bag, toiletries, pillow,
Okay,
blanket.
so I'm imagining a trash bag this big
Yeah.
for each student. Are they gonna be able to have room on the bus to put that?
Yes.
Yeah. The
The
we'll
reason
have.
I ask is because if not, I'm like, well, I'm gonna throw that camper on the back of my truck. And as long as their bag is labeled, then,
Yeah.
you know.
We'll make it.
No, we'll have, and this is, no, and this will be, because this will be probably the lightest of all of our trips, kind of going through the year. But we will, all of our trips, we will have space on board.
That's all I was checking,
Yep.
if there was adequate
Yep.
space. If not, I was gonna try to
Yeah.
Yeah.
add some space.
No, I appreciate that. The next one, and I'll jump on this one. So the Fan Pledge, I wanted to do better about it this year. We had, 2 years ago, we had a senior, Ben Pignon, who did our videoing and stuff, and so we had that video. And last year, I felt like I dropped the ball on being able to reach out and get that to happen. So I don't necessarily think we have to have a video. I think it's really cool when we have a video and all the kids say thank you into the camera and we disperse that. But absolutely, I would like if I could, if someone would volunteer, someone who likes to maybe write and have a short paragraph script And just to be thoughtful about it, I'd like to delegate that if there's a parent who is willing to get that, or some sort of script, or some sort of an email that the kids can then fill in, some sort of a template. And I want to get back to every single one of our donors. Every single one of them, where the kids will spend a half an hour on band, and they'll get out the Chromebooks and they'll email every single person on that list, because I want to make sure that the thank yous go out sooner and more evenly this year. I think people always feel welcome, and there's some people who reach out or they watch our live streams and we thank them. But I would like a push for personal thank yous for every single donation, meaning that, and I'll go through, I can get a master list of who donated, so the kids don't have to worry about it, and I can get them the emails. I would just like someone who would either, I think 3 things would be great. So a short little blurb of like what they could do if they call family and friends, a fill in the blank email that they can send out that can be personalized, and then if you have the facility to make, someone who wants to maybe come in and get the leadership to speak and do little interviews about what that experience, a minute long, easy to post on the front of our band website, and then we can send that link out to people. So if there's anybody willing and able who would like to do something like that, this is kind of a one-off job that I want to source the parents. So a little bit of some script, and then maybe someone who would be just willing to do a little bit of videoing. Is there anybody off the top of your heads? Yeah, interested? Awesome.
Nicole.
Nicole Sena. And so I'll reach out. I mean, pretty simple, and we'll probably do something maybe by the end of the week. I'd love to have this by our middle school game, which is September 29th. Back over to you.
Yeah. I'm not.
Was that yours?
Somebody asked, want to put vinyl stickers for car windows. I don't know what that is, but
Oh.
somebody sent an email about that, adding it to the
They probably
agenda.
want it in the store.
Yeah, was there anybody? Who was the we had a nice long email
I didn't
chain,
keep
and I
track of
can't
that.
remember who that was. Was that anybody here?
No, but I'd buy one if they
I've
had
seen
them.
somebody, they did it years ago, so 6 months.
Okay. How many, could we do just this? How many people would be interested in kind of those type of things, like stick-on stickers, like I'm with the band or whatever? Okay, well, that's plenty enough for us to go ahead and look in and get some ordered. And we'll probably do, I'm sorry, go
I'll
ahead.
just add, volleyball just did one, I don't know if anybody knows volleyball, and the students designed the logo,
Oh, cool.
and then, I forget the name of the place, and, yeah.
And
They're
they are
really
pretty
cheap.
affordable. Yeah, they're very
They sold
affordable.
them for $5, I think, is what they
Cool.
sold the stickers for.
Cool. Okay.
That's something that Jason put on the agenda. Can we push that to the next meeting?
And we'll talk,
Just
keep
because he
talking
might
about
have something in mind.
it. Okay.
Also, the cargo insurance.
Yeah.
I think what the cargo insurance is, he wanted to know, should we insure the contents
Yes.
of our trailer?
Absolutely.
And if so, at what level?
Yeah.
And that's, I think, a partial question for you too.
I could maybe
Yeah.
talk to local brokers for that.
That's
Well, and
APS equipment, right?
and that's the,
Some of it.
yeah, that's what I need to ask. So we'll research it. That we just want to let people know that that's something on our agenda right now, is how we're ensuring it and how we're continuing to work with it. And I need to call and ask, like, when we travel with it, how does insurance follow these instruments? So
Because the trailer itself is insured, but the contents in the trailers
Yeah.
are currently not.
yeah.
Right.
So
We'll continue to talk about that. Let's
Yep.
push that as an item also to the next meeting
cargo.
as well. Thank you.
Committee. We're going to announce some committee and stuff for going on. Before we announce those people who we got on the Sign Up Genius, we are looking for one more for the senior experience. Sign Up Genius is still open for one more person to help out on that committee.
Which is basically kind of that plus the banquet.
Yeah. And then 2 for the Hawk Squawk and Run, which the next agenda item afterwards, we have our tentative dates for all of our fundraisers, and maybe that will help people make decisions about whether or not they can do certain committees.
The Sign Up Genius can be found from the regular website, or is it through someone's email?
It was on the Stack app,
It was on the Stack app, and I believe the Sign Up Genius was on
and
the.
I believe it was in your email.
It was emailed
Oh,
out.
sorry. Was it? Not yet.
I
Okay.
thought so too, but I don't.
We'll check the Stack app, and if not, if we can get that over.
Maybe we push it out again.
Is it? It is on the director's letter. It's a bunch of places. I believe it's on the direct. It's on the. Yeah, it's on the director's letter. It's on the Stack app. So go to your favorite place for looking for things, which is why I do it that way. and you should be able to find it and hopefully helping forward. And I will put it on the next director's update, which I'm gearing up to put out in the next couple days, giving a more detailed look at what's going on next Saturday.
Anthony, can we highlight a couple things on the website now that the Hawk Gear stuff is over? The store has the show shirts now, and the sign up genius for the chaperones and for the committees. Thank you so much.
All right. So
In the director's corner, you said, right?
yeah, so it's in the director's corner, and it's going to be up on the website shortly.
Focus on them on the website.
Do we want to read out the committees?
Sure. Wouldn't hurt.
Okay, let me get back to that page real quick. All right, so committees, the car wash is completed. Thank you for everyone that
Yeah.
helped.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear, we raised almost $750.
Holy wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so for
2
2
hour
hours.
2 hour car wash. Pretty good.
Read a half hour later.
Yeah, so we can do one next weekend.
You need a rewash.
Yeah.
Rewash car wash. A Hawk Squawk and Run lead is Amanda. Helpers are Melissa, Carla. 2 needed. Luminarias.
I'm sorry.
Concierge.
Hawk Squawk.
I can help with it, I just wanna read it.
Okay. I'll add
sign
you
up changes
both,
will be on the
and then,
website.
yeah. And then the Luminarias, we have Jeanette, lead, Melissa Lopez, Erin Kim, Monica Mendez, and Carla. I don't know how to say your last name, so sorry. Don't want to butcher that.
Kaichik.
Okay.
I was about to say nobody does, but you said it perfectly.
And Jazz Dinner Dance is fulfilled as well. Janice is lead. Lori, Angelia, Elizabeth, and Monica are the helpers. Senior Experience is Jeanette Signs. Helpers are Elizabeth, Erin, Karen, and 1 needed. And then a pit crew is just the back topic if you need more help.
Yeah.
So
Which-
we do have a leader for the senior experience?
Yes,
Yeah.
Jeanette.
Okay, cool.
So that's
No,
what. Oh,
just
sorry.
one
Oh,
needed.
just one slot. Okay,
One
got
needed
it.
as a helper.
Can
Awesome.
I tack on to that pit crew?
Yeah.
So for props, so pit crew's one thing, right? Loading and unloading the truck. Props, putting everything on the field at halftime, we're gonna need people. We're gonna need at least 14 parents
Yeah.
on things. So
That would
that's we'll need to figure that out, kind of thing.
Are you gonna put a genius up or you'll just?
Do we want
Well,
to?
We're gonna go and
I don't know what you want or prefer.
I don't know. Right now we're just putting the thing out of, and we kind of need consistent people. So
Yeah.
whoever's going to practice at the football game, we need them to also be the ones that are going to the competition,
Yeah.
because at some point
And I'll be
you're going to
Yeah.
own your prop.
So if I can incentivize and help this out for this is a great segue, right? Because that difference, right? The pushing it on the field is a different job than the pit crew in and of itself, because you hang out with the kids, you kind of go through warm up with us, especially if you're a new parent and you kind of want to see what we do. That's kind of a fun job because you can hang out and see what the whole process looks like from the field level. The incentive that I have with this is that each of the competitions, particularly BOA, they give us a certain number of passes for these parents, and that pass gets you into the competition. That is that's your ticket. And so for your work, that's a pretty immediate payback where it's like, okay, I'll help push this on, and you're given one of those passes for that day to get yourself in.
And
So
if there's
gets
not
you-
enough free ones from the competition, the booster board will pay for the rest of them. So
Yeah.
it's a free ticket into the competition,
Yeah.
and it's fun. You're part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
been minimal so far because we don't have all of our props. So the game right before BOA, what is that? The one, that one and that Saturday are the ones that we'll hopefully have more props to practice with and be looking for at
Yeah.
least commitment to those two.
And a segue into, I should say, the performance, because technically, like next week, not technically, we do not have a football game, but I am anticipating doing a practice run next Thursday on our football field here. So after practice finishes, we're going to roll our stuff over and do a practice. I'm going to get you some details about that. I was kind of waiting, pending if we have these vinyls, will let me know how many parents I need. Hopefully they show up in the mail tomorrow morning and I can say, yes, we need 14 parents or we need 6. That way I don't want to give anybody, 40 people sign up because they want this free ticket in and we only need 6. That sort of thing. So anticipate that. That's going to come out in my director's update, really depending on what happens with the mail, but anticipate next Thursday. If you are available, we'll do a practice run all the way on the field where we teach you what to do. It only takes one time, and teach you how to bring it off. Awesome.
So we set tentative, but relatively firm dates for the next our 4 big fundraisers. So for the committees, this is useful. These are some of them are negotiable. So if the committees don't like these dates, talk to us. Some of them are based around the school schedule and other things. So for Luminarias, we were hoping to start sales on November 1st, ending December 15th. And then December 22nd, that Friday, we will build and deliver all the Luminarias. This is our first time trying to do this. So, but we think that based off of other people's experience of having done this kind of fundraiser before, that's what we kind of set on the calendar. Oh, not on the calendar, just on the agenda, I guess.
Yeah.
The Hawks Walk and Run, we wanted to. The spring's a little tricky, so we couldn't really push it as forward as we would want to get to warmer weather. So we're going with March 2nd for that one, and that we're changing the location here to the school is the plan for that one. So maybe a little bit warmer, not being in the Bosque. We have the next 4 upcoming TCR runs are one October 29th, and then we have one November 5th, and then another November 23rd, and the last one January 1st. Yeah, so there's some people like to race on holidays, so. But
So when will you put out which kids are supposed to go to which one of those?
that's those committees were formed.
Yeah, that'll come out with my director's update, and so the kids will get that notice this week.
Kids drew lots, and they're part of a team now, and they'll just rotate. So your kid will have to do 1, maybe 2 of those, depending on how lucky or unlucky they were.
Yeah, and I just do a random generator, just so everybody knows. It's a random generator names, populates lists. Last year I did 4 teams, and we had so many cancel. Team 4 I don't think did anything. I'm doing 3. That also helps with people out of town shifting, and so that we have more than enough help per team.
Helps keep Tom happy too, because he always gets nervous about not having enough people.
True, and I'm as we're saying this, I'm adding these on the calendar, by the way.
And then, yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Are they still gonna do that, what did you do, that tread,
Yes, the day of the tread is scheduled, and that, remind me the date?
That's the day after Zia.
So
Yeah, it's
that
the day after Zia.
yeah, so we have a run and we have the day of the tread. So that's a packed
Are those
day.
the same weekend?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So,
Big money for the one event.
yeah, the day of the tread one's awesome money, and
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just a busy weekend. Wow, is it really the same day?
October 30th is,
29th.
It's the 29th, then I think. Zia's the
Correct.
28th, right?
That's the weekend of Zia.
Yeah.
Correct.
it's the day after
Yep.
Zia, yeah.
Then the day of the tread is 29th, and then
But it says there's a track.
they're the same day.
TCR is the same day as Zia.
No. Day of the tread and TCR are on
So
the
we'll
same
be doing
day
those 2
after.
things at the same time. So 2 teams will need to.
Yeah, it'll be 2. So 2 of the
Okay.
2 of the 3 teams will be assigned.
Okay.
In
do it that
split.
way.
Yep.
But that's a weekend we'll earn $1,500. So.
Yeah.
This happened last year too. It stinks, but you know.
Yeah.
And then Jazz Dinner Dance. The only date that the calendar full of events that would work is going to be April 13th for the Jazz Dinner
Yeah,
Dance.
that's kind of what we're tied to right now. There's really no other flexibility, unfortunately. Sorry, Janice. I think it works out. I think it's a fortunate 13th.
April 13th. It should be a Saturday.
Yeah, I think it happens to work out.
I'm so excited about it. It was so much fun.
It was fun, it was a lot of fun.
Yes. That is I've had the conversation with administrative teams, understanding what we went through last year. We're gonna do it. We're gonna show up and we're gonna set up, no matter who else is in that gym.
If you go at 8 o'clock in the morning, just be there all day.
Yeah, just
That's
camp out
that's
all
what I
day.
that's what I plan.
Because I think the issue there was before that was the final weekend of spring break where people might be coming back from vacations.
Yeah.
And then the weekend immediately after that, there was something else, state.
State is the next weekend
So
after
we can
that.
do
so-
that, and so that's the sweet spot. Even though that day also some kids will be in the morning at District Solo Ensemble.
Yeah.
There's just no other better day.
Yeah. So
So.
it'll be a day.
And that's it. So things happened, decisions were made. Shirts are on sale. Go get your
There we go.
your show shirts. And the banquet. Oh, sorry, banquet date. Do we have that?
Oh, yeah. So
That's
banquet.
been on the calendar, I think. So
Yeah, banquet is. I'm on a different part of the calendar.
got it.
Does anybody? Yeah, Nasser's
it
going to jump.
is- You got it.
May 11th. I think I got us a good day. I think I got us a Friday.
Nope, May 11 is Saturday.
Oh, even better.
It's track state.
Better one's a Saturday because.
Oh.
It's a what?
Track state, but that
That's
banquet,
hopefully during the day, though?
the evening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. So that was the only thing, is track state.
There's almost no free weekend. It's about what else you're going to do it with.
Yeah.
That's state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
District is the weekend before.
Okay.
That's good.
I have a student question about staying in Las Cruces.
Yes.
Can we bring a hand blow up twin size air mattress?
I have in here that Amanda says somewhere she said yes. She said, bringing in our mattress is all right, and that she would bring Nasser one.
That means I'm chaperoning.
If they're they just have to deal with if they have one of those motorized one. Everybody getting mad. Oh, those are fun too.
Hey, they get the workout and they get to go to sleep.
Yeah.
They'll be tired.
The first time we had like that, I hated it. I'm like, no, because the one we have the built-in one.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me ask. Well, we'll bring that up.
Yeah.
Different time. Anything else from the general body? Is there anything, any concerns or things people wanted to bring up or have us thinking about for our next meeting over the next month?
So, with the sign up and stuff that we did, who's gonna contact us?
For
For like the Illuminati,
Mhm.
so who's gonna get a hold of us to know what we need?
Oh, you haven't heard back yet?
So you need
Oh.
to know who your lead is, right? Or if you are the lead, you want to know who your helpers is.
So what we should do is just email each of those. Can you
I can. I
email each committee saying, hey, here's your committee?
Yeah.
yeah.
We can do that.
So what? Yeah, we'll help put together an email thread for you guys to start talking about it. Oh, this is important. Excuse me. Now that we have our committees formed, if anybody is part of a committee, we would like to ask that by our October meeting, for you to have a rough timeline of what you would like to have done by what times. If you're buying gifts, what date you would like to have it. That way, that committee has a calendar. If you're the Hawk Squawk and Run, this is when we want to have T-shirts ordered by. You don't have to do it, but you can just sit down with the committee half hour and say this looks about good. And the next meeting we can review, and we want to give the committees a couple minutes each time. That way, we have some feedback. If someone says we did this, someone else can say, hey. That's too long ahead of time, the shirt companies can't whatever. Or we need to know what meats and stuff we're going to do for the plate sale at the Hawk Squawk and Run, and they need 8 weeks out for any butcher or whatever to get their meats. So we would like to ask for those committees to meet and have a tentative timeline of when we have what things happening. That way we feel more comfortable moving forward. The Illuminati is being, whoever is the Illuminati is, go ahead and talk with me. That way I can help set up. Hopefully with my experience having done it, I think it's simpler. The hardest part is getting the contacts and getting kids to call out and getting them sold. Because selling them is a door-to-door or just kind of call everybody in your contact list and we set a little script with it. But timelines for when we want to have the kids, we will have to train this is just an example, but when we want to train the kids on how to talk on the phone, because I always feel it's beneficial to sit down for about an hour and we talk about this. And if you're going to make up a spreadsheet for them to do on hand, or if there's going to be a Google form that they submit these orders to, or how are we going to collect money, those are the things that we want for those timelines. So going to talk to Jason by October 13th, going to talk to Anthony by October 27th to set things up on the website or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Or hey, we need this. Does anybody have this whatever it is for a substance or a hookup
Yeah.
for a thing.
I'm
A lot,
working on
this
it.
body sometimes would be like, oh, hey, I know somebody who can donate or who does this for business, who could do that cost, or those kinds of things are good to bring up at these meetings. So for the committee chairs or leads, or some whoever's representing committees, like almost at each meeting, a little couple 2 minutes, like, how you guys doing? What do you
Or an
need?
update.
Yeah, what's your updates? What can the rest of the parents be thinking about to help move this along?
Who is the Illuminati head?
Um,
You?
Yeah,
I'll
Jeanette.
give you my
Yeah.
number, because I'm trying, I haven't heard back from him, but I know a guy, Kurt, that does excavation and he sells sand.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to get him to donate the sand.
Man, I'm looking through. Good. Any other things? We're doing pretty great. Day of the Treasure is 29th, confirmed. Okay.
Oh, good.
So we just got a busy day. I mean, the kids have a bunch of, they'll have a bunch of time to catch up on stuff on those mornings. Once we're through that, we're through that. Other things.
The Buddy Walk
Yes.
Buddy walk.
Oh, the Buddy Walk. Just to know what the Buddy Walk is traditionally handled by just the drumline. I have it on the calendar so that everybody knows. I've reached out to those students and they're volunteering. We'll take a little drumline over to UNM Stadium, I believe between the hours of 3 and 4, play for about a half an hour, and we do that as at request of Coach Tebow. He likes us to go over. So that's what the Buddy Walk is. It's us, it's the band showing the support out there and giving some drum and some support for. I believe they walk the track, and every time they walk the track, they get a certain amount of donations. I believe is how that works.
This Saturday?
Yes, this Saturday. So
it's
there's
a fun time. It's a fun little
Yep.
cool event for the Best Buddies Club. So
Yeah.
We
So
used to be in Best Buddies and,
Yeah.
we're the ones that
Yeah.
started the one at LBJ.
Yeah. yeah. So
He was the person.
So that's a fun one. Just know that's a small group. That's not anything for the big band. A couple other things, maybe just throwing out there. When we get into November, there is the Westside Jazz Festival that we're going to be hosting here. So it's the 4 Westside schools. And then the weekend following that, we will have District Honor Band we are hosting here. And so we'll have the recommended students from all over the city come here. We might be looking at that November meeting. We might look for a couple hands for some concession out front. So if you want to do something small or you'd like to volunteer or only have a little bit of time, you can look forward to those dates. But just to put those on those map, that's 3 months away. But a couple little things coming up. Other things.
Is there a thing out there, double eagle, with the average?
Haven't been requested on the Double Eagle thing. So if it's any, at this point in time, no, unless it was on a really free weekend, which we've kind of run out of, or it's sometime in November. But we haven't. That one hasn't come up yet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I was throwing out there, we're
liked
going to do it. I don't know.
yeah. Haven't been requested yet. They reach out every once in a while, so maybe I'll hear soon on that. Others? Other just questions or concerns, and then I'm going to actually give the students a chance. If there's Jackie, do you have anything?
there's Monica over here. Quick.
Yeah, after.
About are the kids performing pregame or halftime this week with homecoming?
Pre-game for homecoming. It'll be a shortened version of the show. Choreographer's coming in tomorrow. We'll have about 5 hours of choreo, so stuff will look different.
Since Pre-game, what time should we be in?
The teams usually leave the field at about 20 minutes, but like La Cueva left as late as 12. That's why it's not a big show for us when we're not at halftime, because we don't know how much wiggle room we have. Also, national anthem happening at 7. So it's, I would say if you want to get there about 6:30 if you want to see it, but it will be a condensed version. So don't go skipping work for this particular one. It will be a shorter performance. Mostly, kind of doing it for the fans type of thing, getting another run out on the field. It will not be the full production. Other things. Great questions. I love them when I can answer them.
Saw something on social media about sunglasses.
Yeah. Can you head that one, Monica?
Sure. So they'll be, so they have ordered some sunglasses and they will be available tomorrow for purchase if anybody's interested. $8 after rehearsal. and or cash. Not the band phone.
Yeah, and you.
This
who-
isn't a fundraiser. This is
It's not a
something.
fundraiser,
It's just.
It's just.
It's just cool here.
Yeah. Did you guys grab them?
Yeah.
Okay.
We designed them and purchased them.
Cool.
So we are.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a little pop up, a cool thing that that the Rodriguez's did. So. Because the kids are always looking, they don't look at me because they can't see because they don't have sunglasses on. We had a lovely donation also by Brooks. Brooks' mom went to the dollar store and just bought a bunch of them. I said, please pick up a pair. But now we got some really cool ones. So. I'm sorry? The other Brooke, yes. I have to say. The Masoner. Miss Masoner. Double Eagle Fly is on September 23rd. We're out of town next weekend. Thanks, Chris.
That was a good question.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
yeah, that was a good one. Alrighty.
That's it. Motion to close the meeting. Nancy,
Second.
Thank you.
And you didn't have anything?
Dorothy.
Who won at Powder Puff? Seniors did? Yay! Alrighty, thank you everybody. Great meeting. Thank you online.
Sit down too long.
Yeah.
I just had one thing.
Yes.
Could ask the students, there was like a handful that said the pants were too long and they couldn't snap them up anymore.
Yeah.
If they want to, I'll be here. I can come like at the end of practice tomorrow, like 5:30 I can be here. And whoever they are, just come